welcome back to another warm-up show with the hockey coach, Guru Coach Francis directly for the beautiful Sunshine State in Florida. And we have to go all the way to find the co-host directly from Toronto, Ontario, the number one fans of the Montreal Canadiens. We welcome back Mr. ENORTAP and the house today.
Hello, Coach. Hello, Hockey Nation. Great to be here again.
Thanks to be with us, Mr. ENORTAP, for an amazing great day. It's June 7, 2022, Tuesday. And we have another great program in front of us. Tonight, we'll talk about what happened last night, the elimination of the Edmonton Oilers. What's next for them? And then we'll talk about the game tonight. I think it's another big game, game number 4 between the Rangers and the Tampa Bay Lightning. We'll see if the Tampa Bay get it, but we have a few people in the house already. We don't need to take the bus today, Mr. ENORTAP. We're going to take the team SWAT team. I think we have to get there. We have not many people. So we're going to figure out who they are. The next couple of minutes, we have already a busy crowd in the stand right now outside the building. We're going to welcome everybody. First of all, the moderator, both of them together. Why not to present both together? The moderator of the Hockey Nation show, two fans of the Toronto Maple Leafs, and but we have to welcome back them, Danny T and Jose Duarte, back in the house. Welcome aboard.
Hello, Jose. Hello, Danny.
From Utah, number one fan of Los Angeles King, ready to rock and roll for the summer, Mr. Round with Kings 20. Welcome back.
Hey, Ron. How's it going?
From Finland, directly from Turku. I don't know. It's from somewhere between in Finland. Mr. Jarmo Virtanen. Welcome back.
Jarmo, how's it going? More.
We'll try to get there a little bit more here so we can figure out where we're going. We are blue today, Mr. ENORTAP. Yesterday, we are white, and happy. I decided to go the blue man today, and then we shrink each other. So I think it would be a little bit more, I don't know, for it's a Tuesday. So we're not to go that way over there. That'd be great about that. And then we have Mr. Corey Hill, that's directly from Ottawa, number one fan of the Senator. Welcome back, Mr. Corey Hill.
Hey, Corey, how's it going?
And we have Mr. Yann Gionnet. De retour avec nous ce soir, Mr. Yann. Welcome. Winner of his prediction last night.
Welcome.
And somewhere in Ontario, we call him Mr. DIXON Automobile Group. He's in the house tonight. Welcome aboard.
Hey,
thanks for being a part of the show. Aboard. And our friend, Mr. ENORTAP, John Gregor. Welcome back.
Hey, John. How's it going?
And from l'île Perrot, le stunning man comic directly from l'île Perrot de la belle province de Québec. Welcome back, Mr. Richard Mullen.
Richard, how are you?
He said, I'm not going there. I win last night, so I'm not going to get there for 9th time. The good news for him, Mr. ENORTAP, is not sharing the leaderboard by himself and the chill time. So that's the good news for him. So he's sharing with these two other people. And I think we're going to lose the driver for a couple of days, Mr. ENORTAP. That's a subject we can talk a little bit later. But we have Mr. Zev Lecave. Welcome back, Zev Lecave, with the Hockey Nation Live show tonight.
Zev, how are you?
And our friend, one not welcome, Mr. Alan Barnes.
Alan, how's it going, buddy?
No Turku, but he said Finland. Yes, that's what Jarmo said about that one. And Miss Kelly, she's back with the Hockey Nation Live show tonight.
How's it going, Kelly? Welcome.
Our friend Francois Pitt, the winner of his prediction last night, back with the Hockey Nation Live show on tonight.
Francois.
When you listening the ENORTAP, you're winning a lot. So listen what he said at the end of the show and then do your prediction. Don't give me your prediction right now. You're going to lose. Wait what he said. Then you can take your decision about this. Jarmo said, I'm from North Finland, close to Hulu, which is a famous hockey city. About that, Jarmo. Like who? Example. Like which player born in Hulu? Just curious about that. And Andy said, I'm going to the guy. Yes.
Yeah, sure, Auntie.
Yep. One of the them to be in the balcony right now, Mr. Roger. No, Roger cannot drive anymore at that moment. So someone's going to pick you up, Mr. Andy. Don't worry about that. Dixon said hi, everybody. Thanks. You said that. And Corey talk about his son, Aho, and Pekarine, for example, from Hulu. Oh, Sébastien Aho and Pekarine. About that. And talking about Hulu, when I say, yo, Mr. Angelo, welcome back in the house.
Hey, Angelo, welcome.
Congratulations, Mr. Angelo. Have the Real, they find a good team. And then he also have the score, Mr. ENORTAP. He got 9, and the final score it was 11. And we have a new rules. I got a phone call from DeLuette Smith today, Mr. ENORTAP. I said, geez, we are at the end of the year. What the heck's going on? And he said, look, when you find your goals, right, and you decide the number of the goal is 9, as you said, 5-4 for Edmonton, but the team lose. You're not anymore. You cannot get the goal, total of the goal anymore. You have to select, you have to be right prediction first, and then you go on the total. So that's the new rule, Mr. ENORTAP. We're going to make in the rules. So today, Mr. Nooner lost completely that rule. So I just want to mention to you, they take it very seriously. The Smith, they are really a great company to helping us to grow. And but again, that's another rule, 6.23, I believe. I did not take a note about this, but yeah,
that's the Ulu rule.
The Ulu rule, that's something we have to look about this with that one. Bon, notre ami Matt est de retour avec nous ce jour, ce soir. Matt, salut mon homme. Bienvenue dans la maison de Hockey Nation Live Show. And Carpat means whistle. Ulan Carpat. About that one over there. That's good, Mr. Kilo.
Weasel.
Not a good news, but welcome back, Mr. Kilo, back in the house.
Hey, Kilo. How are you?
I love Kilo. He's maybe the most consistency player we have, Mr. ENORTAP.
That's great. We need consistency.
Do you know how we call him and the prediction?
Steady Eddie.
No,
Steady
he's a
Kilo.
army guy prediction. Because he is an army, so it's like an army is like, left, right, left, right, left, right. So him is, he win one day, he lose one day. He win one day, he lose one day. He win one day. So he's a army prediction guy for the Hockey Nation Live Show. So now, he lost last night, Mr. and he's a delivery. He's getting close to Richard Martin. But that's another subject about that one. Yamo, right now, we have a Geography 2.0 for Finland right now. Ramo said that Yamo said Greenland from Ulu, our old-timer will remember Radio Ruosalinen.
Yes.
Here we go. That's the point about that one of that.
Name
I will drive. I know the way, Richard. Richard is offered as a driver. He said, I know exactly how he takes to get there. That's maybe we need Richard as a backup when we need someone about that one. Too many rules, Zeph. He said me, I don't play too many rules. If you want to laugh, there's short video on YouTube, the Mike Smith experience by something like that, probably 3. And Mr. I'm doing good in our tap from Alan Blue Diddy. It's from AL65. Made a comment about the blue screen. Here you go, Mr. Corey. Thank you. And Mr. Terry T is in the house. Are you real busy saying you start new video moving plan? Terry, I'm getting there. I'm still about 2 weeks before, but visa is done. Well, almost done, but we're getting there, Mr. Thanks for asking, Mr. Harry. Kilo, I thought he was talking about his weight. No, not exactly, but that's what we have, Mr. ENORTAP. Anything you want to add before we move on? Don't forget, everybody, to click on the like. That'd be awesome. And thanks to be a part of the Hockey Nation Live Show. And Mr. ENORTAP?
Thoughts, Coach?
We did that in 15 minutes.
The thoughts on today's hiring by Montreal? What are your thoughts on that?
About what?
Poulin.
Oh, Marie-Philippe Poulin. Yes. I'm going to rebound this question to you.
That's not fair. I think it's an excellent. I think it's an excellent acquisition. I mean, they. I think they wanted her for quite a while, and they pursued her, and here she is. Even though it's part time for now, as soon as her career is over, I think she'll transition over nicely, and I think it'll serve the organization well.
Yeah, we are the new generation. I hire a lot of women, everything like that, and it's fun colors, and they have already an interview. First of all, the time with Daniel Sauvageau was mentioned as one to become a GM for the Montreal Canadiens. Her name, Marie Poulin, was exposed after the Olympics in February when they won
Right.
the Team Canada won the medal, the gold medal, and then after that, Ken Hughes got a hire, and then after that, they met her in March, and she said, "Look, we are." I still want to play hockey, everything like that. But one thing they're great, the Montreal Canadiens right now, they really build a great foundation. And but when they want someone, they don't give up. Like they looking for find those kind of people, and they search, and they don't want to drop anybody, and they offer her a job today to become a director of development of the part time for the hockey with Ramage and Nicholson. So an advisor, and I think that would be great until she retire her job. Once she'll be retired as a hockey professional, she have a great resume playing in CA, one of the best players playing the
Oh yeah.
Boston University Terriers, and then the Olympics, and then you talk about internationally, she did great. And look, so there's a great addition for the Montreal Canadiens. Another way to add more with already what they got the last couple of weeks. They're just increasing the number of the people, and they build that kind. She's excited. She was a press conference today with Josh Molson. We know the two Hughes and Gordon are out for now, but it was great to see her talking, and she's just can't wait to meet. She said, "Can't wait to meet Martin Saint Louis." She was impressed the way he picked up the team and the way he talked with the players. So she said, "Look, I'm very excited to be a part of Montreal Canadiens, and I think there's a great hire part of Montreal, and we see in the future her around the team." So another A plus for the Montreal.
Absolutely agreed.
Dixon said, "What a goal by Likkonen sent him back to Montreal."
That's 2 years in a row now, Coach.
Yeah, back to back for him. Jonathan Taze is on the trade block. About that,
Good luck.
it's just like you know, I like it, but I don't like it. Like I'm watching all those videos by other people, creator right now, and they create all kind of trait and everything like that. It just become like everybody got trait today, yesterday. Now Fiala you to get trait 12 times since yesterday by other creator on the YouTube channel, and I don't know if it's worth it or not worth it about that one over there. But it looked like that's what the people are looking and create some story, everything like that. So.
Yeah, I mean, some have some validity behind them in the sense that it could work out, but a lot of times they're based on just somebody wanting some quick publicity. We'll see.
Yep.
I think right now, I think the once the NHL playoffs are finished, the Stanley Cup is awarded, then you'll start seeing some activity happening. And as we get closer to the draft date,
Exactly. Mr. Jeffrey and Steve G, both of them just show up. Welcome aboard.
welcome, guys.
It is on long-term insurance next year is get $2.5 million about Yamo. Yamo talk about Mike Smith retiring, return on that. We don't go talk about they're going to talk about what's next. But before that, maybe talk about what happening yesterday between the Edmonton and the Colorado Avalanche. What do you think about the game yesterday?
Well, it was a game, Coach, that I mean, I got to give Edmonton credit. I thought that after the first period, Colorado would just take over, but you know what? They built up they had two-goal leads at different times in the game. And that third period, we saw the resolve of Colorado. I thought the third period predominantly belonged to them. I think we saw even Smith was a little bit flustered as Colorado started to put the puck in the net. They were fortunate enough that they got that late goal that put the game into overtime. I didn't particularly like the goaltending situation on either end. I thought that it was average at best. Defensively, a lot of opportunities were given up, but it was an exciting game. No doubt about that. I thought some great plays by both teams. Like the resolve in some of the players, especially on Edmonton. Like you look at Draisaitl, he's basically playing on one leg right now, and he still was able to put up 4 assists in that game. McDavid played well. On the other end, McKinnon, the whole line there with Landeskog and Rantanen, they looked all very effective. Makar looked good. So it was an exciting game. It ended quickly in overtime on I don't even want to call it a controversial play because I thought it was legitimate. It wasn't a high stick at all by Lehkonen, and for the second year in a row, Lehkonen puts his different team into the finals.
Yeah, I was expecting a quick goal because the two teams all play offensively. They're not going to sit down if you turn that. I was expecting that part over there. You don't want to get it was sad because you have a goal, then you have to wait to the excited. You lose all the excitement after the goal because now you have to go to Toronto verification if you turn that. So you lose a couple half of the excitement and the building, or if you turn that, whatever was the orders for Colorado. By the end of the day, Colorado was the best team overall, and they did the best, and Edmonton did the best. I think they have a good year. Everything like that. That's bring me the next thing about what I mentioned to you. What's next for the Edmonton Oilers? They have a couple of decisions to do. They have a couple of players on UFA. We talked today, like Yamo talked about Mike Smith, possible. He does not know he will return or not next season with Edmonton. So that's a one situation. Kaskinen said they have an agreement verbal to go out. So possible a both goaltender. Now you have the backup Skinner, where is one of them. So they will be on the market to find a goaltender for sure. They have the situation with Evander Kane. They have to figure out with him. And then they have also Brassard, Archibald. Archibald, I think they will get him back at lower cost for sure. Brassard, they maybe leave and let it go. Carl Duris is another one. And then after that, they figure out what to do with Budget Jarvie and also Yamamoto. 2 pieces of the puzzle. They get there. I don't think so. Duncan Key is going to retire. I think he have one more year to go at $5.678 million. So I don't think so. He go nowhere. They have RFA at some point to sign up. But overall, that's what the biggest major they have to figure out is really Kane and the decision as a goaltender.
No, you're absolutely right. I mean, it starts with the goaltending. I mean, I would look at, and this would probably hurt the Leafs as well, but I would definitely look at somebody like Gibson if they can fit him into their salary cap. He would be a great acquisition for Edmonton. And like you said, the defensively they have to. I know they have guys like Bouchard that's been doing well. Kulak had a good playoff as well, but you have to get a stronger number 3-4 defenseman there. We know that Nurse played hurt as well with that hip flexor injury, which is quite painful if you consider if you know anything about that, because it tends to really immobilize you quite a bit, and yet, I mean, he didn't look too out of place. It's just his mobility was restricted in terms of how he could turn, and that explains why even in the last round you could see some people flying right around them. And But forward wise, I think they're fine as long as they can. If Kane doesn't get too greedy and ask for too much, he'd be smart to at least get a 1 more year contract, and forward wise they're okay, and they can use a couple of guys for trade bait too if they wanted to.
Yeah. And, we blame a lot of GM, but the fact they signed Zach Hyman was also a great asset for them. They did well on the trade deadline. You got Kane, they got Kulak, whatever. Brassard did not play. I think overall that's pretty good. Honestly, they did what they could do, and they made just a team better overall. That's it. They cannot do any, like they beat Calgary, they beat the Los Angeles, and that's, you have to give credit for what they did. Corey asks you, if any chance Alex Ovechkin beat Wayne Gretzky?
Yeah, I think Corey, if he stays healthy, he can probably do it in the next 3 years. But you don't know. Like once you get to a certain age, it's difficult. Like it's automatic for us to say, okay, well, if he gets 50 goals every year for the next 3 years, he's going to definitely break that record. But you don't know where that magic switch is, where you stop scoring 50 goals and all of a sudden you score 30, right? So I think Ovechkin keeps in fantastic shape. And so he reminds me very much of Jagger's fitness plan, and he's always in great shape. So I think endurance-wise, he'll be there. He just has to avoid injury, and I think he might collapse. He might surpass that record.
Coach, are you still going to the draft? No, Danny. It's just because I have to do live, and with all kind of stuff I'm looking to do at the draft, I think will be better for the benefit for the channel. I would love to be there. And then I'm not happy about the NHL cut the day, Mr. ENORTAP. Usually it was from 8 o'clock in the morning until 5 o'clock p.m. And now today they changed this from 9 o'clock, I believe, to 2 o'clock. And the last 2 hours at 12 from 2, it's just like a lunch, everything like that. So everybody was going to leave it left and right. So I do not like it. They have next week online coaching situation, but no. So Danny answer, no, I'm not going to be there, but it's all good. Yamo Cashin 1 more year, 2 more years at 3.4. If they can drop the salary, they will. Yamo, but I don't think so. They will go nowhere. Mr. Blackhawks 97, thank you so much. Thanks to be a part of the show tonight. And our friend Richard Fowley back in the house. Mr. Richard, thanks to be with us. And Dixon Kane to Montreal. Will be interesting what's the Canes going to go. That was the same game for Edmonton. Someone have to be slamming, sick, yelling, cussing. And Nick said hi. Everybody said hi. I hope that Toronto is interesting. And the Calgary backup. Dan Vladar Jose. Yep, possible. It will be interesting what he's going to do about this. You guys deserve the win. You should get a phone to that. William McClary in the house. William, thanks so much at Edmonton.
Hey, William. Welcome.
I don't know. We say hi, but maybe he said hi earlier. John Gregor, welcome back. Hello, no, Tomika. Pierre Martin in the house tonight.
Pierre, how's it going?
When a player surpassed the record from the past, should rule change be note a 2-line pass, no touch in the crease, etc. Not really, Richard, because it will going to be like this forever. You have, before they change all the time the rules, so I don't think so. That'd be great. I think it's all good that way with that. Not a problem, Danny. And Mr. Is with us today. I tried to figure out, is it a rabbit?
It looks like it.
Yeah. Here we go. It's a rabbit. Which King Francois, I'm sure you talk about Evander Kane. That's what I get. Awesome. Welcome aboard. Thanks to be a part of the show today and tonight. Mr. ENORTAP with 6:30. Why not to go to leaderboard? We did not go there yet because we're going to talk about hockey.
Let's do it.
And everything like that. And the leaderboard, not much change. A lot of W yesterday. Yamo, Pierre Martin, Richard Mollin, John Grégoire, the coach, Andrew Lepage, François Pitre, Round with Kings. We have also ENORTAP, Kelly, Blackhawks 97, following by DIXON, Yann Gianet, and finally at the end, Mr. Angelo, all the winner. And unfortunately for NCAT for the first time, and then Andy and Corey Hill. I'm not sure Corey Hill. I think it's a mistake for the board. Corey did not do anything yesterday, so I apologize. I should remove this one over there. And then Noner and Kilo are all with Jose Duarte is another one I forgot to change, Mr. ENORTAP. So 2 verification. I need to take a note about that one over there. He did not change his the score, but he just did not do 0-1. It should be 0-0. But the score does not change. That's the good news about that one over there. So that's pretty much it. Any comments you want to talk about?
Yeah, we didn't have a lot of jail bait for yesterday. I think most people thought Colorado would put this away.
We'll see tomorrow. Tonight, what could happen? Right?
Tonight is a different story.
I agree with you about that one there. Corey said, would Nathan McKinnon win this first Stanley Cup or not, Corey? You have a chance to win it for sure. Yeah. I took Colorado, Corey, so I said go on that one over there. And then William asked a question. Makar contract, what are the $10 and the 10 furthermore? I just learned today his younger brother was drafted by Colorado last year. Interesting. Yes, his brother played in the NCAA college, William, last season. I think it was a 5th round pick, if I can call it, for his brother. So I don't know, honestly, his season last year. But Makar right now is still at $9 million, Mr. ENORTAP, for the next 5 years. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 years. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's 5'9", and that applied next season, Mr. William. So that is all about his contract. Mr. Andrew Lepage is in the house. Welcome aboard, Mr. Andrew.
He's well worth it, Coach.
So that's what brings us, Mr. ENORTAP. So why not to go to the another flip side of the situation for what will happen. And I'm talking about today we not take the bus, but we take the truck. And the SWAT team of the Hockey National Show is going to pick up a couple of people, Mr. ENORTAP, and because we don't have a lot, so we have to go with this one over there. So the bus is going to be out and no out for the rest of the day. It's going to be inside for a couple of at least an extra day. And today, Mr. ENORTAP, we have a new name for the first time. We lost our driver. Noner County Jail today, Mr. ENORTAP is now reached the leaderboard with Mr. Richard Mollin and Kilo joined them. Kilo was yesterday, so they have to put Noner about that one over there. So Mr. Noner is the new jail section of the Hockey Nation Live Show, Mr. ENORTAP, and we'll see happening. But the most important thing, Mr. ENORTAP, it's not the fact that we lost the driver, but it's the fact we have to call the people. There we go. Richard Mollin, the new driver, is going now on the truck, on the tank, pick up a couple of people. And who they are? They are Noner, Kilo, Andy Kuivula, and Anne Nean Kat. All the 4 people are going to be at the jail for the next 24 hours. So we'll be interesting who's going to be there tomorrow, Mr. ENORTAP. But do you have any comments you want to mention about that?
Yeah, poor Nooner. He was so confident that he wasn't going to jail last night.
Yes.
He had me packing my bags from about the first period.
About that one over there. Yesterday I was a Suval, that's why. All right, not a problem, Mr. Corey. I heard you just called to get in jail, Andy, about that one. Andrew is out of the jail. Yes, Andrew is finally out. My God, Coach, you are there. Anything you don't know is he was 5th round. Yeah, I remember his brother. Great. He's not the same situation like him, but he's a good one. Kishore is back to the beast mode. Watch out, François Pitt said. Who is the jail this time? And salut, Coach ENORTAP, Mr. Sorry about that. It's not the one I'm talking about, but
Hello, Bud.
he's back in the house, Bud the Monkey.
Attaboy, Bud.
Carl Jeffrey said Andy Coffee drinker straight to the gel with the head and with that part over there. So that's conclude, Mr. ENORTAP, this section of the gel people. So going to see interesting who's going to get in the gel tonight. Talking about the gel, we're not set up already, Mr. ENORTAP, the section of the players, the game prediction tonight. I know it's a little bit early, but maybe that will give us a chance everybody be ready. Don't forget, we are back, Mr. ENORTAP, at 8 o'clock, live stream, play-by-play. If you don't know that. So, Coach, what are we doing tomorrow? Originally, Mr. ENORTAP, we're supposed to have no show tomorrow night and have a show at 9 o'clock. It's called the Power Play Show. And it's about question for people. So they ask question and we answer. But
Q&A.
But I don't know how, but I try to figure out because the Laval Rocket play tomorrow night.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know if we should do the Laval Rocket game.
Let's do the Laval Rocket game.
So there's something we have to figure out. I don't know how I can catch the game live because I don't have RDS here. So that's something. So if we have a show tomorrow night, guys, we don't know. If we do the Laval Rocket, we'll go to the show tomorrow night here at 6 o'clock. But it's going to be a Q&A. So it's all about Q&A. So we don't bring anything. We maybe talk about the game from tonight for a resume and the people go to the show. But after we talk about everything, we're going to go Q&A for the rest of the show tomorrow night. So it's going to be at 6 o'clock, or if not, we're going to go at 9 o'clock. We're going to decide that tomorrow. But stay tuned. Of course, click on the bell, and you're going to have those notifications, everything like that. So now, Tab, I think it's time to go prediction. Anything you want to add?
No, just hit that bell. You'll get the notifications.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That'd be a great way to do that. So it's time to go, Mr. ENORTAP, of the game tonight.
Yeah, another tough game, Coach? I don't know. If you think about it, the Lightning didn't really face many deficits in their march to their past two Stanley Cup titles. This time around, things are a little bit different. There's been some obstacles along the way, not the least of which was the Leafs when they were up 3-2 against them, but they were able to overcome that obstacle. And now they have a new obstacle in the New York Rangers. The Lightning are going to try to even out the series tonight against the Rangers in Game 4. Tampa lost the first 2 games of the series in New York and to fall into a 2-0 hole for the first time in its past 3 playoff runs. In Game 3, the Rangers grabbed an early 2-0 lead before we saw the shift of switch a little bit, the momentum. And the Lightning, they rallied to tie the score in the opening minutes of the third period. Palat then scored the game winner with just 42 seconds left in regulation for that 3-2 victory. And like I said yesterday, they gave a little bit of oxygen to that match in the jar, which is Tampa Bay. And, once you give a little bit of oxygen, there's a backfire that exists. And they got to be careful of that, the Rangers. Otherwise, they'll be thinking back to that 2-0 lead in Game 3 where they could have had a commanding lead and blew it. The only time the Lightning have trailed heading into Game 4 of a series, the past 3 postseasons, was in the opening round, like I said, against the Leafs. They faced deficits in Games 4, 6, and 7 against the Leafs and then pulled it off. Gallant, let's just say he knows the Lightning won't go down easily. He gives a lot of credit to Tampa Bay and to Cooper, who he respects immensely. They pushed New York hard in that Game 3, and it was for them, for Tampa Bay, it was a desperation game. because I think they know also, had they gone down 3-0, pretty much it could have turned into a sweep at that point. But this series has become interesting in many facets now that it's 2-1. It's also become interesting with the amount of physicality in each crease. And I know you were talking about it today, Coach, on the noon show, 12 o'clock show, about how to eliminate that traffic in front of the net, especially when players are purposely or accidentally on purpose running into the goalies. So we'll see what happens in terms of that particular ruling in the future. But it's become part of this game from both teams on both ends. The Lightning, they were called for 2 penalties against the Rangers goalie Shesterkin in the second period of Game 3, which then led to 2 power play goals by the Rangers. Vetrano was also called for interference on Vasilevsky in the third period, as just examples that come to mind of that. The Lightning, they're going to, they'll continue to be without Braden Point, which is a big loss. But he's skating every day now. It seems like he might be available, and I think personally, the longer the series goes on, the more it'll favor Tampa Bay. So the Rangers really have to try to get put closure to this series as soon as possible. Um, we were talking about Point. Like Point, if you recall, injured his leg back in Game 7 against the Leafs, but he's been skating now for 8 straight days, and I mean, you'll never know what the extent of the injury is or how he's progressing. But like I said, it looks like it might be okay. With Ryan Strome today, he practiced with the Rangers, but apparently had to come off at some point in the practice. But Gallant, after the practice, said that he was hopeful that he would be starting. I don't know if there's been any further development on that in the last maybe 2 or 3 hours, whether he's playing. And same thing goes with Barclay Goodrow, who hobbled off the ice in late, I think, in Game 3 after he blocked a shot. But he returned and should be ready for Game 4 as well. So we'll keep our eyes open. I think Ryan Strome is, for the Rangers, it's a big loss if he doesn't come back in and play. He provides them, like, he puts the players in the right chairs, and he's been very effective for the team as their centerman on the second line or third line. Yeah, I think this will be another close game. We're going to see these two teams grind it out tonight. Kelly told me not to use the score 3-2, so I'm going to take Tampa Bay to tie this at 4 with a score of 4-2 tonight.
What's your score?
4-2.
I said 3-2.
See, Kelly, see what you did?
My score is 3-2, Mr. NOTAP.
Yeah, you're not going to tell me what you're going to switch now on me, are you?
No, I don't know what to do anymore.
Come on.
Yamu took Tampa Bay also.
You're hedging your bets. You can't do that.
I'm sorry again?
You're hedging your bets against Yarmo, myself. You can't do
that. Jake said 4-3. Wow. I'm still not sure.
Come on, coach. Go with your gut. Drum roll, please. What's he gonna put?
Tampa Bay.
All right.
Tampa Bay. So that's what we had tonight. All the Tampa Bay Lightning. Ron took the New York Rangers. Ron can step up in the race tonight. What will be interesting about this, Mr. Nota, we have to finish with the fantasy hockey. I know it's a little bit earlier, but let's jump in there. The fantasy hockey tonight. Honestly, you took the lead yesterday with a great night of your Colorado Avalanche. So I decided to stay with my team, honestly. I will be, honestly, I have to go that way. And then I took Fox, Edmond, Zibanejad, Stamkos, and Sherrod. So I'll give you a lot of great pick for tonight.
Yeah, thanks a lot. That means now I have to go with the Rangers. And then I'll go with, I guess, Sergachev and Trouba. And then my forwards, I'll go with Kreider, Palat, and Panarin.
The only regrets I'm going to get is I changed Stamkos for Panarin because I took Tampa Bay. So that would be really the two other one I could not get in because I go with Zibanejad. But we'll see what happening about this one. So that's give us everything. I look like I have all the score for everybody in the chat. Yamo said, wait a minute about this one over there. Wait a minute. Yamo, what do you mean by wait a minute? Free pass for the fight is maroon. Everybody, guys, you get a free pass. By the way, the people joined us last week about the fight. Nobody fight yet. So not that. We'll see. Tonight. I think we have more chance to win the free pass with the winner of the race of the horse next week. About that one. Matthew Slider joined us. Matthew's 4-3 for the New York Rangers. We appreciate that. Don't forget, guys, to click on the like before you build the building. What are your expectation overall tonight, Mr. NOTAP, or maybe tell us a little bit about that?
Well, it's become a very physical match, Coach. I think at this point, it's their fourth game that they're playing each other. Plus, they play 3 times in the regular season. They know each other very well. Both coaches are very capable. They can change on the fly and adapt to whatever each other throws at them. It's going to be who executes the little battle, wins the little battles, and executes the best. For example, if one of the teams gets 3 or 4 power plays and doesn't converge on any of them, it could very well cost them the game. It's a matter of that. I think both goalies, you can consider them both super elite goaltenders that are just getting hotter as the series goes along. And we know that Vasilevsky has that habit of becoming more invincible as the series carries on in games. So like I said before, the Rangers, if they want to win this series, I'm not going to commit yet, but it'll be very difficult for them to win it in 7. I think they have to do it in 6. And if they can steal one tonight, they're in great shape. If not, it's a whole new series.
Welcome, Mr. Alexis Dubuc. Yes, on fait toutes les parties, mon Alexis, jusqu'à la fin. Donc, merci d'être avec nous.
Breaking news.
Breaking news in NHL. Seattle Kraken announced the goaltender Chris Traeger is going to be out for 7 to 10 months after ECL, the right knee. During the Team Canada, they played the World Championship last April. This is another blow for them.
Big loss.
Big loss for them, and out for 7 to 10 months. So for the Seattle Kraken, so maybe have to figure out something else over there too.
A big loss for some other teams because there was a lot of talk about the fact that he may have been traded to a team that really needed a goaltender. So
we talked about this yesterday, I believe. And Mike, I don't know if it was you, yes. Mike, but no. We talked about Traeger to maybe go somewhere else or get Philip Grubauer about that. Alexis, oui, je fais la partie ce soir. Sign Jack Campbell, Jake said. Allez, je vais au repêchage à Montréal. Félicitations, mon Alexis. Tu vas avoir bien du plaisir là-bas. Donc, so that's the last news about this. We know today they don't Sweeney talk about the Boston Bruins. They honestly fire the coach Cassidy, everything like that. Tomorrow we're going to talk about the coach. We're going to talk about the coach. We don't about the carousel of the coaches. So honestly, what we're going to do, Mr. ENORTAP, we're going to give you team on the one row with looking for a coach. We're going to give you coach on the another row, and you have to match up who's going to get there, who's going to get there. So it'll be an exercise for everybody in the chat and everybody about this, because right now we know the Boston, Detroit, Dallas, Winnipeg, Chicago, or Philadelphia. They have about 6-7 teams right now looking for coaches, and we're going to give you about 10-12 coaches. And you have to match up. Vegas is another team over there. So, and you have to figure out that one over there. And if you are right, you'll maybe get a free pass for 2022, 2023 for the GL, Mr. ENORTAP, about that one over there. Alex, now to the Kraken coach.
Alec?
Not bad. It's not a bad...
it could.
It's not a bad choice over there, about that.
How old is he now? How old is Alec now?
Oh, it's the same, like maybe 36, about that.
Same as Carey Price.
Yeah, maybe. I have to look about that. Honestly, that's one I'm not sure. But Jaroslav Alak. Oh, sorry. He turned 37 last month.
Oh, okay.
Forgot his birthday was the 13th. I have their age, but I don't have. I cannot remember all the birthday of each player. That's a difficult time.
It's hard.
I'm really disappointed about that one over there. Eh bien oui, mon Alexis, ça va être une très belle soirée. Tu penses quoi de Bruce Cassidy? Il va avoir un autre job très bientôt. About that. Jake McEnroe said, unreal, Cassidy get fired after a 6 good season. Key failed to get past first round. He's still employee. Wake up, leave honors. Who we said is the best coach left in the playoff right now?
That's a good question. I gotta still stick with Cooper. I think he's been around. He knows what it takes to win. He knows how to motivate those players. He'd be my vote.
Par résumé, for what he accomplished, you have to go with John Cooper. But if I have a choice, all three, I go with Gerard Gallant.
Yeah, I love Gallant as well. I think he's quick to think on, with the game, and he's very progressive as well. Yeah, I like him a lot. He's been a winner wherever he's been.
Yeah. It's a good question, by the way, William, about that. Does the winner of the Lightning Registry beat the Avalanche? Both have a goalie.
Well, it's a definite advantage that both goalies from the East are stronger than what Colorado can throw at them. But right now, Colorado seems to be on a mission, in my eyes. They're rolling. I don't know if they'll have Kadri back. Like, it looks like they might have, anywhere between 7 to 9 days off now.
No, Kadri is out. You have a cast now, no?
Yeah, Kadri is, but I'm talking about Colorado. They're going to have about 7 days rest at least, depending on how this series goes. So today he was saying that he believes he'll be back at some point in the finals. We'll see. They're rolling right now, and I think they can match either team defensively. But goaltender-wise, definitely the East.
Andrew Ford said, have a dream at Travis Green as a head coach over there. On a parlé de Marie et Alexis. Je vais juste te dire qu'on a dit que c'était une bonne acquisition par le Montreal Canadiens. On fait des vidéos à tous les jours, Alexis, à 11h le matin. Je parle beaucoup de elle. Donc, tu pourrais regarder ça. Après, Travis Green was going to find a new job of definitely in NHL. very soon. Ghana best coach, Jake Ghana as the coach race, so they give him the award. And what do you guys think about the league need to crack down on the goalie collision? New rules need.
I don't know. Coach, I heard what you were saying today, and it made sense. You were saying you want to get rid of it, then just assign a major penalty anytime that there's any kind of contact with the goalie or if the player is in the crease. I mean, we kind of had something similar to that. Remember when the crease was blue and you couldn't have your skate anywhere in that blue zone? I don't know. I think it I just fear it might change the game a little bit too much. I believe you have to protect the goalie, no doubt about that. But sometimes it's not the player himself. It might be the defense that's trying to get the forward out of the way that knocks him into the goalie, that causes the contact, and then it becomes very subjective in terms of, did he mean to do that, or did he accidentally on purpose do that? Or it's hard. It's not one of those cut and dry rules that you can just.
But for me,
implement.
it's if you want to save the goaltender, every time you have a contact, it's 2 minutes. Every time. If the puck is in the glove of the players and the player is in the crease, you call it 2 minutes right there. If the players go straight, he does not have any intention. He played the puck like Kadri did, right? He's whatever he's trying to diving. At the end of the day, he's going to go on the goalie. So you have to remember, before he play the puck, I have to stop before I hit the goalie. If not, I'm going to get a 2 minute or 5 minute. So that would protect the goaltender. That was changing the way they play. That would be hard at the beginning. But if you want to save the Vasilevsky, the Price, those guys, the goaltender, that's the way to do it. If not, that would not stop. That would continuous every time that. If you want to play that would turn the player to be a little bit more careful in front of the net, for sure. So that's the way after that. Every time the goaltender possesses the puck, the only time you can touch the puck is in the crease. Every time you play the puck in the crease, you touch the goalie, no goal. So you have to, because now they try to do is to hit the pad, and then they try to push the puck. So if you touch the goalie, you're responsible of your action. So you have to be careful about that one over there. That will stop. That will turn the way to play, but that will helping the goaltender to be sure he's not get hurt. The same thing with quarterback and football. They stop to hit the quarterback. Every time you hit the quarterback, you get it at 50 yards. That's the only way you can fix. If you want to fix that problem, that's the only way you have to do that. If your skate is in the crease, right, but you have the puck go in, whatever you did not do anything, 2 minutes, it's a no-go. That's it. You move on to the next well. Now, the only thing, like you said, is the pushing by the defenseman. That's changed completely. But anything over the fact, if you play the puck in the crease, you touch the goalie, 2 minutes. So you have to be careful about that one over there, because if not...
Here's what could happen, though. You have to be careful, because then goalies can play smart, too. They can come right up to the front of the crease, and all of a sudden, they could be bumping into the forward and embellishing. And
no, because now you touch the player outside the crease.
No. Well, if the player's right at the crease, like, I think it just changes the game.
It's like, just if no you skate stay outside the crease, no problem. That's my point. Because usually the puck is in the crease. The players go in to play the puck. But if you go in, a skate is in the crease. No go. So you will have to play outside the crease to play the puck in the crease. So that's the difference about that part of there. That's what it would. If you want to save those big goaltender. If not, you're going to have a lot of injuries every time like that. Every time like that. Every time like that. Every time the goaltender get out the crease, that's his own responsibilities after that.
Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying. I don't necessarily disagree with it. It's just, I think it changes the style of the game. Just like when...
But you know what? Yes, it changed. But the player on the defensive side in football, they learn with time to accept that. You have no choice. And the TV or the market of NHL, we want to see Tom Brady every weekend, every week, and they don't want to lose. So it's the same thing in hockey. I want to see Chesterkin. I don't want to see Georgiev. I want to see Chesterkin play hockey. And that's the same way, like, that's my point behind that. So yeah, you eliminate a lot of the gray scale, because you and me, we can 10 goals. We don't never know which going to be the decision, because we never know what you're going to go, what direction to another direction.
Yeah. No, I don't disagree.
It's just to figure out something. I'm pushing ideas right here. So we'll be interesting about that. Before we leave already, I will, with the craze, Andrew is going to send out this about this. The player must enter to craze for the penalty and all. Makes sense to me. Brett out at sec, no goal. I think Tampa beat Avalanche, but Avalanche beat the Rangers. Do we answer that one?
Yeah, I thought we did.
All right. I took Colorado because I took them for the win about that one over there. And Real Deal Prim, welcome aboard. I'm sorry about that. It's Alex Zubik right now. I'll play with my keyboard. And one more goal. And he said, respect for the gold crease. I'll go for 2 and Drew. I got it. And then we got everybody else. I heard Kadri is not coming back. Jake said, what do you guys think about the league need a crackdown and goalie with about that one there? And I think we did everything. If we forgot one of you, we apologize. Andrew, you picked the Rangers. And Yamu, you suppose, said something. I never heard from him. What do you crash the goaltender after a shot penalty or no, coach? You get a penalty, Pierre. Because after you shot the puck, if the puck go in the crease, and you go in the crease, penalty right there.
Yeah, we're opening it. This rule will definitely do 2 things. It'll get rid of the necessity to have that big forward in front of the net, number one, and it'll open up a whole offensive side to the defensemen that have good shots, because now they're not going to be necessarily in front of the net so much in fear that they might get a penalty, and you're going to get lasers going.
What will be happening? They would play 2 feet in front of that line over there. If you want to help in the player, just put another red line around 1 foot. Example, that will give them where they at in the crease in front of. When you see that line, so wait a minute, I'm close to the crease, so I now have to be careful.
Yeah.
Again, this is only for saving the longevity of the goaltender. That's the only thing. I don't say that would be the right thing. Again, we're just talking about those kind of information about that. But they have to do something. Because right now you see, last game, Mr. ENORTAP, they hit both goaltender.
Oh, yeah, yeah. It was obvious as, day and night, but...
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can, maybe some doubt, but I still, the action, I think there was there anyway. So that's a great show, Mr. ENORTAP. That complete another one. Internet lagging a bit, Yamo. Every time that, I got your score, Mr. Andrew. Thank you so much for everything. Thanks for taking my question. See you later. Not a problem, Matthew. It's a pleasure. And then that's conclude another show, the warm-up show, everybody. Thanks for being part of the show. Before we leave, I want to invite you and to tell you one more thing. You are awesome. You are amazing. Yes, you are. And remember,
I think Gallagher's going to lose his job, Coach.
Greatness inside of you. Thank you so much, everybody, to participate to another great show of the warm-up show with the hockey coach, Frenchie, Mr. ENORTAP. We're going to see you a little bit later at 8 o'clock. If not, tomorrow, 12 o'clock, and tomorrow night, possible. Check what's going to happen tomorrow. We don't know yet. We'll see how it's going to happen, Mr. ENORTAP. Without you, this show would be impossible, Mr. ENORTAP. You are the king of the king, and we want to thank you. We are very grateful and very thankful to having you aboard. Until then, my friend, we want to remind you, of course, be well, be healthy, and find a way not only dominate your day, find a way to dominate what?
Your 2022.
Here we go. Have an amazing, great night, everybody. Thank you so much. We love you. Have a great night.
Good night, Coach.
Thank you, Alan. Real deal. Black Ops 2022.
I need to open my eyes.
Thank you, Andy.
And get a touch of that
Thank you, Richard.
reality. Don't want another surprise.
Angelo.
I'd rather want you to just let me be. Oh, oh, oh. What do I know? What's going
Blackhawks,
on
thank you so
now?
much. Super
Is
chat
this
yesterday.
another breakdown? You and me, should I let go? I do really want to know what's
Real
going
deal,
on
thank
now.
you.
Is this another breakdown? You
Pierre
and
Martin.
me, should I say so? We're just putting on a show.
Jeffrey. Et Monsieur ENORTAP.